ค่เสร็จส่ง
ใช่
อัพคลิปหลังไอ้ยมือจะสั่นเด็กใส่
เสียงยูนั่นแหละทำให้วิดีโอคอลเจ๊ง
ต้องดูดเสียงออก
กี่บ้างครับ26กี่บ้างเรียกว่าอะไรเรียกว่าอะไรรถ
สกาเทรน
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, actually this train technology is just a part of BYD. So actually, what is the main to BYD? Here's the public view margin drives.
ในภาษา
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, actually this BYD stands for Build Your Dreams, and luckily, the video we saw is the latest updated version today. So before we move to the next session, let me introduce myself. My name is Jin Long, in Mandarin, Golden Dragon. And actually, Dragon is my nickname here in my university. I'm responsible for BYD business in Thailand, so any subsequent opportunities and business potentials, please free to discuss with me, no problem. So now let's start from the tour in BYD showroom. This way, please. Okay, let's start from here. The milestones of BYD. Actually, BYD is a company founded in 1995, still very young, just 25 years old. The age like a university graduate. Started from the nickel battery industries. It's a small battery workshop, just 20 plus staffs. And now BYD has already entered into an international enterprise with the employment scale of 220,000 all around the world. And we have 30 plus industrial parks all around the world. The total square is equivalent to two Macaus. Now we're supporting by 4 key technologies that IT electronics, automobile, new energy, and rail transit. So we start from here in 1995. We are founded in Shenzhen, Fuji, with a paid-out capital of 2.5 million RMB. But only 3 years later, in 1998, we have the first overseas branch in Europe. And then a critical milestone is that in the year 2000, we became the first Chinese supplier of lithium battery of Motorola. 2 years later, for Nokia as well. At the time, Motorola and Nokia, they still championed the IT industry. And also in the same year, 2002, we were listed on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange. Another critical milestone is that in the year 2003, BYD entered into the auto industry by acquiring an auto factory in Xi'an. Actually, the decision was questioned and objected by a lot of shareholders. They questioned the chairman of BYD, Mr. Wang Chuanfu, that you are just a battery company, but how you have the courage and how you have the confidence to move into a new industry, auto. So how you can guarantee the profit of shareholders? If you cannot, we will cast all your shares. The result is just one night, the stock value of BYD disappeared, 400 million Hong Kong dollars. But finally, the chairman, Mr. Wang Chuanfu, he insisted, and 2 years later, in the year 2005, BYD launched its first independently branded model, we call it F3, a petroleum consuming car in China. The sales volume has already beyond 1 million. And actually, in the year 2007, we were listed in Hong Kong Stock Exchange by another shares. We call it BYD Electronics. The reason why we made them separate is that in IT electronics, BYD don't make its own brand. We only do OEM and ODM services. That's the promise from BYD to its customers, that we don't want to be the competitors for Nokia's and Motorola's, because subsequently we have more customers like the Huawei, HP, Xiaomi, Samsung. In the year 2008, there's a very famous news that is known by most people, that Warren Buffett, he invested 10% in BYD. Actually, he wanted more, but we only give him 10%. You can see this picture on the gift exchange. Very interesting that you give me your electric car and help you manage your money. Actually, together with his partner, Bill Gates and Charlie Munger, he will visit BYD every time when he comes to China. Also in the same year, we launched our first dual-mode car, S3DM, which doesn't rely on specialized charging stations. The reason why we call it dual-mode, actually it's like a plug-in hybrid because it has the two power systems. Because the conventional hybrid, they only use the engine to charge the battery when the car is running. But for our dual-mode cars, you can choose full electric mode when you drive in the near distance, let's say from home to office every day. And also you can choose a hybrid mode when you need to drive to maybe the next cities in a faraway distance. Also in the same year, we launched our first batch of the solar panels. At the time, we have the kind of, we call it ecosystem, that we use our solar panels to generate electricity and use our batteries to store electricity. And electric cars for consuming. In the year 2010, after we launched our electric bus industries, we have our first scalable EV fleet in Shenzhen city. So we started from 300 electric taxis and 200 electric buses in Shenzhen. And also a very good news to share with you that till last year, actually the 16,000 city buses and 22,000 taxis have fully been electrified in Shenzhen already. So actually this year, the 5,000 plus trucks for logistics will be electrified, and the plan next year is to electrify the vehicles for last mile. So Shenzhen will be the first city in the world with the e-mobility of public transport. In the year 2014, we launched a new strategy called 542 because many years ago when BYD still launched commercial vehicles, let's say the F3, F6, even the S6 that series, we made more attention on the functional, but after we launched a new series of cars named by the prosperous dynasties in China, like Qin, Tang, Song, Yuan, we also launched a new strategy. Actually, 5 means the acceleration time from 0 to 100 within 5 seconds. 4 means four-wheel drive. For example, when a car is driving on an ice road, the four wheels, they can calculate the speed and driving angles respectively. And the 2 means the average fuel consumption within 2 liters per 100 kilometers. So actually this strategy also defined in China by BYD and has been equipped by all the dynasty series of BYD. Next year, 2015, we launched a new strategy, we call it 7+4. It has covered all the vehicles usage in city. We will explain this in details later. 1 year later, in 2016, we launched our rail transit industry. And actually the first project in China was launched in Yinchuan City in 2017, for the monorail train. So actually that's the brief milestone of BYD. Actually till last year, this year, a lot of new things are happening. So this way please. Actually, that's the slogan, technology-based and innovation-oriented of BYD. So different from the top management, like many big companies, the bosses and salesperson. Actually, the chairman of BYD, Mr. Wang Chuanfu, he was oriented from engineers. His major is electrical chemistry, and he even has experience to load batteries on the production line. And also, one of his principles is that many of the top management, like some SVPs, were promoted even from the basement production line. When BYD first entered into the auto industry, the first lesson for us is to learn from others. How other manufacturers, how they make cars. So Mr. Wang Chuanfu just brought a brand new Ferrari to his engineers and asked them to assemble the car. Need to learn, but it's a brand new car, so no one would like to do. And Mr. Wang just took out his key to scrap the vehicle. It's an old car already. Assemble it. So that's the reason the chairman of BYD, Mr. Wang Chuanfu, he was crazy on technology. Okay, this way please.